So welcome to Turf Moor, Youth Alliance Cup Final. Burnley against Swindon Town. Burnley in claret and blue as normal. Swindon in all blue. And they're going to attack right to left in this first half. Mr. Oliver gets us underway. Swindon on the attack immediately. But good work already from Burnley. It's with Mark Pugh down this right-hand side. Back to Joe Booth. Ball forward. And he'll chase this. But he's up against a big lad in Lee Henry. He knocks it out into the James Hargreaves stand. And Burnley have got themselves a throw. Down this right-hand side. It's Rob Henry with it. Nice layoff. Can't just keep that in, Mark Pugh, and that'll go behind for a goal kick. Dave Roberts of the Clarets Trust with me. Big game, this.
It certainly is, yeah, and there seems to be a fairly big crowd in the Bob Lord stand over there as well.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lack of atmosphere over here, but all the noise will be on that far side. Swindon have got themselves a goal kick. Matty Bullman ready to take it. Everybody congregating down the Swindon right-hand side. Bullman with the kick. It's aimed long to Holgate. Header won by Trotman. No problem there for the big lad. It goes up again, but this time he's fouled. So it'll be a free kick to the Clarets. Just a push there, this time by Lance Lewis, who's playing up front alongside Ashan Holgate. Quickly through the sides for you. Mark Crossley in goal for Burnley. Right back Rob Henry, left back Martin Riley. Flick on here from Lafferty. Nice laid back from Hanley. Here's Pugh to put a ball in. It's got deflected back towards the Swindon goal, but a good take from Bullman. So quickly through that Burnley side. Rob Henry at right back, Martin Riley at left back, Neil Trotman and Chris McCann in the middle. Then in midfield, Mark Pugh on the right hand side, Tom Ince on the left hand side, Nicky Platt and Joe Booth in the middle, Carl Lafferty and Kane Hanley up front. Henry just knocks that out for a Swindon throw. On the bench, Michael Hale, Rob Turner, Jack Overson, son of Vince of course, Dale Underwood and young lad Blackler, who's on the School of Excellence. Foul throw here from David Stroud, the left back. Burnley have got a throw just almost level with their own penalty area down the right hand side. Quickly through the Swindon side, as we mentioned, Matty Bullman in goal. Right back Gary Pride, left back David Stroud. He's the son of Kenny Stroud, who used to play for Swindon a decade or so ago. Lee Henry and Scott Doe in the middle. Then in midfield, Chris Allen, Andy Caton, Sam Morris and Ashan Holgate. Up front you'll see Lance Lewis, and he's got a chance here. Swindon have got a chance to get the ball in the Burnley box. Free kick to the visitors. Ben Wells to place the ball. Everybody back for Burnley. Wells will put this in. He's chipped it in towards the far side. There's a flag up for offside. The Burnley defence just push forward, and that'll be a free kick to the Clarets. No Ryan Townsend today, Dave. He's not got back in time to play in this one.
No, I think that'll be a big disappointment. He's obviously been a big player for Burnley youth team this season, and for him not to be playing is a big loss.
Yeah, and there's no Alex Taylor as well. We wish Alex well. He's got a bad injury at the moment. Burnley's goal kick taken by Crossley. He's got the nod over Michael Hale today. Lafferty trying to flick it on. Big lad, Carl Lafferty. Has he fouled his man? It's going to be a throw into Burnley on that far side, just in front of the Burnley dugout. And plenty of movement already from the Clarets. Here's Ince. He's just helped it on, looking for Lafferty, but Swindon will break out of defence here. Ball forward looking for Lance Lewis, but easily intercepted by Rob Henry. He picks out Martin Riley down that left-hand side. Ball forward from Riley. It's a good ball, but it just won't stay in play. That'll be a Swindon throw. You've seen a bit of the reserves, Dave. Obviously, Lafferty and Hanley are quite a pairing.
Yeah, Lafferty's a big lad. I think the club see there's big things for him going forward, and obviously with Kane Hanley being on the bench quite a few times this season as well, I think the manager's certainly seen something in him as well. Yeah,
he's got loads of pace. Burnley in possession on the halfway line. Ball forward from Henry, looking for Lafferty again, but it's Stroud that wins the header. Holgate trying to flick it on for Lance Lewis down this left-hand side. Henry wins the ball. Good challenge. Missed the header first of all, but won it with a challenge. That's a nice turn from Mark Pugh. He's got away from Stroud for the moment. Can he whip in across? Stroud's got a bit of pace. He's won a corner. Burnley's first of the game. And that was good work from Mark Pugh.
Yeah, Mark Pugh's dangerous down this right-hand side. I've seen him quite a few times playing for the reserves and the youth team, and he's going to give them problems today, you would have thought.
Yes, Swindon have left out a couple of their bigger names. Michael Pook and Carl Lapham played for the first team at Huddersfield on Saturday, so they're on the bench today. Taken short by Burnley. Mark Pugh trying to turn, but he's taken that too far. It will be a goal kick to the visitors, Swindon. The game's settling down a touch. We've played 5 minutes. Youth Alliance Cup final, no score. Burnley 0, Swindon 0. Quite a dramatic route to the final for Burnley. That's Northern final against Oldham Athletic. 5-5 after extra time. Burnley were 3-0 down, 4-1 down, 5-4 down. Somehow clawed it back to 5-5 and won 4-1 on penalties. The ball's in the middle of the park. Just fed down that right-hand side for Gary Pride. There's an offside, I think, here against Lance Lewis. He was one of the scorers in Swindon's semi-final win over QPR. They won that one 3-2 in extra time. Must have been some game at Oldham, Dave.
I believe so, yeah. I wasn't there myself. I was involved in a beer festival that was on here at Turf Moor, so I wasn't able to go to that one, but from the people who did go, they certainly said it was a cracking game, and Burnley obviously worthy winners in the end on penalties.
Yeah, it was some fight back, wasn't it, to come back from 3 down, 4-1 down, 5-4 and all that. Hanley will chase this and keep it in, perhaps. He does, but can't find Pugh with the ball. That's good impressive skill from Stroud as he comes away with it. Looks inside for Ben Wells, but Burnley've got possession back and Hanley's onside, turns, look to try and get a ball in the box. He's looking for Lafferty, but it's easily cut out by Swindon. Long ball forward, looking for Holgate. He's flicking it on, but Trotman, good positioning, clears his lines, and that'll be a throw to Swindon. Burnley were lucky they had some ties on the way. Beat Blackpool 1-0, Darlington 3-0, Tranmere 3-2, Doncaster 4-0, and then that dramatic game at Oldham. It'll come through to Holgate up against Trotman. Booth just falls to the floor. It was a trip, I think, from Holgate, so a Burnley free kick. Skipper Trotman places the ball, and he'll look to get this forward. Looking for Lafferty and Hanley. Both of them jump together. Hanley's won it, and he's found Platt with it. Platt on quickly to Riley. Inside here for Booth. Under pressure finds his man. Here's Henry coming from right full-back. Helped on by Platt, but Hanley, I don't think, get there. He has. He's done well. Has a shot. It's blocked by the defender. Cleared in the end by Lee Henry. Here's Holgate. Nice bit of skill from him. Knocks the ball forward for Lance Lewis. He's pulled his man back. That'll be a free kick. Young lad wasn't going to get away with that, Dave.
No, the referee was well up with play there and saw that, although the linesman on the far side didn't really get a view.
Yeah, I think it was sort of once on his blind side, wasn't it? But the referee was on hand. He was only sort of 10 yards away. A quick tug from Lewis on the shirt of McCann. Wasn't going to go unnoticed. So free kick for the Clarets. It's going to be taken by Mark Crossley. He's got the nod over Michael Hale today. Hale on the bench. The other subs, Rob Turner, Jack Overson, Dale Underwood and Blacklet. Ball forward, but it's going to be easily taken by Matty Bullman. Out of his 6-yard box quickly to gather it. And he'll kick this long, right-footed. Looking for Holgate, big lad. But Trotman wins the header. Good clean header. Lafferty to the next ball. It's a good flick on. Finds Tom Hince. Hince looking for Lafferty again. But the defender's always the favourite. Scott Doe will just knock that into the Bob Lord stand. And Burnley will have a throw halfway inside the Swindon half. Taken by Riley. Finds Lafferty. Took it down on his chest. Back inside for Platt. Platt forward here for Hanley. Trying to turn. Kane Hanley gets it back to Booth. Booth quickly down that left-hand side for Ince. Good first touch. Collects the ball. Got to try and tease the defender now. Try and get a ball in. Tries to get to the byline. It's easily cut out though by Swindon. And Gary Pride clears his lines. Finds Holgate. Trying to chest it down Holgate. He's giving possession away again to Hince. But this will be Swindon on the break now. Chance for them maybe to get forward here. Ben Wells ball forward. Easily cut out by Trotman. But his problem's just at the back here for Burnley. But Crossley out of his goal quickly to collect. Thought about rolling it out quickly for Trotman, thinks better of it. Burnley defending the Jimmy Mack end. There's no score. We've played 9 minutes. FA Youth Alliance Cup final. Here's a chance perhaps for Lafferty. Has a shot from distance. Wide of the target. Gets a good round of applause. Always worth an effort.
It certainly was. It was a long way out, but you want to test the goalkeeper this early in the game. It's interesting, Phil, just to look at the atmosphere we've got for a game. Obviously, it looks to be a decent crowd on there today. It does make a difference to these lads when there's a decent crowd on, and I think they'll rise to that today.
Yeah, it makes a bit of a difference, doesn't it? Just to see a few familiar faces in the stands on that far side. Just the Bob Lord stand open for spectators today. We're in the James Hargreaves upper tier, of course. Free kick to Burnley, taken quickly. And here's Booth with the ball forward, looking for Pugh, but that's just overhit. Be an easy take for Matty Bullman. And he'll take his time with this clearance. Terry Pash's team have done fantastic to get here. Pashley himself played a few games for Burnley, 18 I think it was, in the early 70s. And it'll mean a lot to him today if Burnley can lift the trophy. Header won by Trotman, but here's Holgate again. Already shown a few good touches. Clearance from Booth. Lafferty will win it, flicks it on, and chases his own flick on, if you will. Hanley trying to flick it on in turn. Burnley can't just keep possession, but it will fall for Martin Riley here. Quickly on and neatly on to Tom Ince down that left-hand side. Ince will try and take on the defender. Comes inside this time. Ships it on to Hanley, but the keeper was coming to collect that, and Hanley very nearly got there. And Swindon got a bit of a mix-up there.
Yeah, they certainly did, and Burnley have definitely had the better of the play in this first 10 minutes of the game, and they're pressing for an early goal.
Yeah, and you sense that Lafferty's the danger man.
Yeah, he's a big, strong lad, and he's certainly come on since he's been with Burnley, and he's ready to do big things. I mean, next couple of seasons, you'd hope he's going to push on and get into the first team.
Yeah, or the fringe of the first team. Swindon on the attack here down the left-hand side, trying to get a crossing. I think that's gone behind. The linesman confirms his flag's up. It was a good effort though from Andy Caden. He's a big lad down this left-hand side. Normally plays up front, I think, but he whipped in across, but it did go behind and didn't trouble Mark Crossley. A little bit of a surprise to see Michael Hale on the bench.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happened there. Certainly, the staff have decided that Mark Crossley is going to get a go today. Maybe it's to give him a bit more experience.
Yeah, he was a bit of the hero, wasn't he? Hale at Holdham saved 2 penalties in that shootout win. Here's Tom Hince down that left-hand side. That's good skill. Gets the better of his full-back, whips it in. Chance for Pugh. Oh, maybe should have hit it with his left foot. Tried with his right into the cricket field stand. And that was a good chance.
Yeah, another chance. He was on his own there about the penalty spot and just scooped it over.
Yeah, I can see what he's trying to do. And if he'd have kept it down, I think the keeper would have been struggling because he was on his own. The keeper was exposed. Good effort in the end, but into the cricket field stand. And Swindon survive that scare. I mean, you'd think maybe there would be goals today. You've looked at the past scores in the competition. You think there might be a goal or two.
Yeah, I can't quite see it being 0-0 today. I think there'll be some goals somewhere along the line.
That was a good run from Tom Ince. He did really well down that left-hand side. Here's Lafferty. wins the ball, keeps hold of it. That's good skill from Carl Lafferty. Looking forward, just bounces off Hanley's shin, and that'll be easy meat for the keeper. 6'4", Carl Lafferty, and he does look a good prospect. Big lag. Going to cause teams problems in the air, and he's found some skills on the floor as well. Here's Bullman. Big clearance from him. It should be Trotman's. Easy to take down as well. There, just knocks the ball forward. Platt wins the header, but it'll fall for Swindon here. Down this left-hand side for Stroud. Stroud looking forward for Kate, and flick on from him. Here's Lance Lewis trying to turn McCann, but McCann's done well. Wins the challenge. Comes away with the ball. Might have to use his keeper, and does do. It's gone back to Crossley. Crossley with the big clearance. First year apprentice Mark Crossley. It's a local lad from Padiham. There's been one other that's done pretty well in recent years from Padiham. Good work from Burnley. Here's Riley on the halfway line. Uses Joe Booth. Booth back to McCann. Looks comfortable on the ball. McCann knocks it square for Trotman. Ball forward from Trotman. Not the best. Cut out by Swindon, but good battling from Tom Ince. Wins it. He's running through the heart of the Swindon defence. Good skills. He's got Hanley with him. Hanley helps it on to Riley. Riley will look to get a cross in here on his right foot. He's gone deep looking for Lafferty. Lafferty elects to head it down rather than go for goal. Here's Platt. Tried to turn back inside. Lafferty's caught his man, and that is a free kick. Again, that was a good move. Good passing from Burnley.
Yeah, they're certainly passing the ball down. I think if teams give them the chance, and they will do that, they've certainly had that instilled into them, and they're doing that so far today.
Yeah, they're a passing side, aren't they? When I saw the reserves early in the season, certainly try and get the ball down on the deck. And we've got some good young players, and certainly in the next 2 or 3 years, I expect 1 or 2 of these to come through into the first team. And I know Steve Cottle's been impressed as well. Kick from Swindon, header won easily by McCann. Nearly fell on that right-hand side for Sam Morris, but it'll come down the left-hand side now for Stroud. That's good skill from Stroud. Gets past Pugh. He's coming forward neatly here. Might fancy a crack. Chips the ball into the box, or miss kick. There's an offside flag anyway. Didn't matter. It was Holgate that was just lurking offside. And for the first time, a little bit of panic in the Burnley defence. Yeah,
they look dangerous there, did Swindon. I think Burnley just got a guard against that at the back, but they've certainly got in Neil Trotman a very experienced young man. A lot of these players have played a lot of reserve team football, and that'll stand them in good stead today.
Yeah, we haven't seen Trotman's long throw yet. I'm sure we will at some stage during the course of the game. Free kick then to Burnley. Crossley with it, takes it right-footed. It's going to be aimed for Lafferty, of course. Header won this time by Doe. But it might just fall here for Joe Booth. He's battling away to win possession. That's good work. Helps it on to Hince. Hince trying to get on the outside of the fullback, Gary Pride. Good strong challenges in there. Ball knocked forward to Holgate. Looking that right touchline. Burnley've got it back. Good work from the Clarets. Ball forward from McCann. Chase here for Hince. The defender has to knock it behind for Burnley's second corner. The defender, Gary Pride, had no alternative but to knock it behind.
Yeah, there's good pressure again there from Burnley, and hopefully they can do something positive from this corner.
Yeah, it's going to be Platt to take it. McCann comes forward. Trotman, who's going to be dangerous at these set pieces. He's trying to get rid of his marker. Holgate swung in, same towards Trotman, who does win the header. Here's Hanley with a chance, perhaps heads it down, and very close for Tom Ince, but the keeper did well. Came out strongly, gathered the ball, gets rid of it quickly, looking for Lance Lewis. Header won though easily by Burnley, by Henry. Pugh can't keep that ball in play, and that'll be a throw. That was half a chance in there. Good header won by Trotman.
Yeah, he did very well again there, and Tom Ince is unlucky on the line, but you get the impression that Burnley need to get make this pressure tell and get a goal in the next 10 minutes or so, because the longer it goes on and they get these chances and don't score, the worse it'll be.
Yeah, it was a sort of half chance for Tom Ince, no more than that. The keeper did well, I think. Trotman wins the header, heads it out of play, and that'll be a throw to the Robins in all blue today. Stroud with the throw, looking for Caton. It's going to fall here for Ben Wells. Looks to knock it square, but he's not done his teammates any favours. Platt looked for the early ball there that would have released Hince. Trotman just knocks it back to his keeper. Good kick from Crossley, my word, he hit that. Looking for Lafferty. That's good defending from Swindon. Then won the ball in the air, but it'll fall here for Chris McCann. That's looking a half-decent ball. If Pugh can keep it in, he can't. It just skids off the turf, and that'll be a throw to Swindon, but evidence there that McCann can play a ball out of defence.
Yeah, he's unlucky there, just overplayed it through to Mark Pugh, but it was certainly a good adventurous ball forward down this right wing.
Yeah, every time I've seen McCann, he does impress. And he's a young lad, first year apprentice, so there's a lot more to come. Here's Joe Booth, he's done well. He's picked out Martin Riley. Riley trying to put a cross in for Lafferty. Very nearly got her there ahead of the defender. Half cleared, but Riley will put a good ball in again. Just offside against Mark Pugh. That'll be a free kick to Swindon. Riley's getting some good crosses in.
Yeah, good penetration again there from Burnley, and you get the impression that if they can keep passing the ball like they have been doing, then the pressure's definitely going to tell.
Yeah, been the better side in the first 18 minutes, no doubt about that. And so far, so good from the Clarets. Bullman with the kick. He's looking for Caton, header won by Trotman. But McCann to just clear the lines, knocks it calmly square. Here's Riley on his left foot, taking his time. Uses McCann again. No sign of the goal feast that we had in the Northern final as yet. Hanley looking for Platt, but Caton's done well here to come back and collect the ball. There's no offside flag, but I think if Lance Lewis had pursued that, it had been flagged offside. It's gone all the way through to Crossley. Crossley will take his time with the clearance. Ball forward, looking for Hanley. Header won easily by Scott Doe. But Burnley trying to battle to win the next ball. Helped on by Chris Allen. Clearance from Pride. Riley to it. Heads it back towards Platt. Burnley just keeping possession quite nicely here. That's a nice looking turn from Booth, but he's taken the ball out of play. And I think we've played almost 20 minutes, Dave, and the fans will be happy with what they've seen.
Yeah, it's been very impressive so far, and I think the crowd have been very appreciative of Burnley's efforts to date.
Holgate just offside. He's playing that off. He's trying to play against that offside trap. He was perhaps a yard offside. The linesman's flag was up nice and early, and that'll be a free kick for the young Clarets. Crossley ready to take it. 45 years ago the day we won the Football League Championship at Main Road 2-1. It'd be nice if we had another momentous occasion on the 2nd of May. That kick's gone out of play. Lafferty couldn't quite reach it, even though he's a giant at 6'4". Throw to the visitors. Young Gary Pride with it. Likes to go back to his keeper. He can't obviously pick it up, but a good clearance from Bullman. One thing you notice, these young keepers can belt a ball. Header won by Riley. Hanley will jostle to try and get there. Can't win it, but it'll fall for Nicky Platt. Platt looking for Mark Pugh immediately. Bakerblad collects it. Fancies a run here at Stroud. He's gone on the outside of him. Can he whip in across? He has. It's deep. It's perhaps too deep for Lafferty. Tried to hook it back in acrobatically. It's gone behind for a goal kick. But another good move and a half-decent cross.
Yeah, good pressure again from Mark Pugh down the right wing, and you get the impression that Mark Pugh down the right and also Tom Ince down the left, they're certainly going to get some pressure on these Swindon fullbacks.
Goal kick then to the visitors. Mentioned that game 45 years ago at Main Road. Scorers, of course, were Burnley, Brian Pilkington and Trevor Meredith. Meredith will go down in history as the man that scored the winner. Joe Hayes got the goal for the home side. We denied Wolves the double, because they beat Blackburn Rovers, thankfully, in the FA Cup final that year. Throw from Stroud. Header won, though, by Rob Henry. That's just come off Lee Henry. That's a bit confusing. Rob and Lee Henry. Lee Henry's the son of Charlie Henry, who played over 200 games for Swindon. Runs in the family, perhaps, at Swindon. Ball bouncing around in the middle of the park. Good challenge from Kane Hanley. Just knocked it out for a throw-in. Caton leaves it for Stroud. Stroud will look to throw this, I guess, towards Andy Caton. Trying to flick it on, but Pugh got there, did well to win it. Booth battles in the middle of the park as well. Two number 8s fighting for possession here, but it's Ben Wells. I thought he was going to come away with it, but Burnley didn't give anything up. I think Joe Booth's won himself a free kick. It might even be a drop ball, I think. Just shows both teams desperate to win the game. Yeah,
they're both battling away, and you can tell what it means to them to win this final tonight. They're both giving everything.
To see a contested drop ball, it's a bit of a rarity, isn't it? Anyway, Burnley have got a throw. Rob Henry with it. Header won by Caton. Just helped on here by Ben Wells, but it'll be a Burnley throw. Neil Trotman will take it because he'll get some length on the throw. Looking for Pugh. Pugh just flick it on. Here's Hanley. Nice ball back inside for Pugh. He's looked lively in the first 20 minutes or so. Platt helped on. He's looked for Tom Ince. If Ince can get there, it could be dangerous. But the defender did well. Fairness to Gary Pride. He was fantastic there. Got there ahead of Tom Ince. Ball forward immediately here, looking for Holgate. But good cover from Trotman. Did really well. Took it on his chest. Joe Booth couldn't keep possession with the pass from Trotman. And Swindon are making progress. Again, Trotman intercepts it. Does well. Nice ball as well to Mark Pugh. Pugh's looking for Ince here, down that left-hand side, winger to winger. Ince took it down well. Looks to try and take on the full-back. He's gone on the outside of Pride, puts him across. It's too near the keeper, and it's gone behind for a goal kick. But again, the wide men doing the trick.
Yeah, definitely. Burnley have looked dangerous, but down both wings, and they've got to keep that pressure telling for the remainder of this half.
Yeah, we're halfway through, just past the halfway mark in the first half. Good effort from Terry Pashley's lads. So far, so good. Kick here. Goal kick for Bullman to take. He's looking for Caton. Caton up against Rob Henry. Caton wins it, but he's just knocked it out for a throw. Immediately Trotman wants the ball. Wants to take a quick one. He'll throw it long. And they'll look for Lafferty. Not quite working the long throw yet. Caton won it. Headed on. Looking for Lance Lewis, but that's good work again from Booth. Ball forward from Riley. Lafferty just contests everything in there. Can't win that header. Might fall again for Booth, who lumps it forward. And there's only one person going to get that. That's the Swindon keeper. It's a bit difficult for Swindon today because they played one or two of the kids in the first team. I'm thinking more of Pook and Lapham who are on the bench today.
Yeah, you think that's going to affect them if they've got two players who are pushing for the first team and they're not available, then that's certainly going to affect their game, but that's not to take anything away from the players who've come in. They'll be trying just as hard.
Perhaps they'll play some part. They're on the bench, they've travelled.
Yeah, I think from what I'd read, they've penciled them in to play in the last league game next weekend. They could make a telling contribution later in the second half, but hopefully not.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been easy last week because they were down to 9 men at Huddersfield, lost 4-0, so it would have been a testing time. That's a good ball from Booth, picks out Pugh. Pugh looking to get a ball in there, but that's good keeping on the edge of his 6-yard box from Matty Bullman. Has been involved with the first team, played pre-season against Bideford and was on the bench for an LDV trophy game. Kick from him, looking for Lance Lewis, header won by McCann. Might fall for Pugh. Battling away in there is Rob Henry. He's won himself a throw-in. He's got Trotman available, just short for Pugh. Nice turn from Mark Pugh. He scored, remember, against Manchester United in Stan Turner's testimonial. That's a good ball, but it's just run on again. Couldn't just quite get there. But again, good skill. Looked a good ball.
Yeah, he's a good player, Mark Pugh, and again, he's one of these players who you think might be pushing for the fringe of the first team at some stage along the line.
He got on the bench, I think, last season, didn't he, with Stan Ternent, and maybe his chance will come next season. Still plenty of time for Mark Pugh. He's a second-year apprentice, so he'll be with us next year. Free kick to the Robins, and they've thrown some men forward here. Caton's got his arm aloft. It's delivered by Pride, looking for Holgate. It's helped on. Lance Lewis chasing it, but he was offside. That'll be a free kick to Burnley. Just see we play the offside quite frequently there at the back.
Yeah, they've been caught off about half a dozen times now, haven't they? And they're playing that fairly well. They do have to be careful because it only takes them one opportunity to break that, and there's a one-on-one on the keeper.
Yeah, I'm always a little bit worried when we play the offside a touch too much. But here's Crossley with the kick. Looking for Lafferty. Header won easily by Swindon. Just Rob Henry just falls there, just slipped, has allowed Holgate to collect. He fancies a run through the middle, but all credit to Rob Henry. He got back, won the ball. Here's Pugh. He had two on him, and Caton did well again, Henry and strongly. That's good to see. It's fantastic tackling, isn't it, from Rob Henry?
Yeah, he did very well to recover there and got the ball back and then did the same again. But I think he's given the throw to Swindon. It looked like a Burnley throw there.
Did. I thought he was a bit unlucky on Henry. Did everything right, just didn't get the help from the officials when he needed it. Platt just cleared that. Looking for Lafferty. Helped on by Booth. Hanley will chase. It's the keeper's ball. The gaffer's seen something in Kane Hanley he likes, hasn't he?
He has. I mean, he's mentioned it a few times, and he's had him on the bench on a few occasions, and you certainly think in pre-season we'll be having a good look at him.
Yeah, we were shocked at Deepdale when his name appeared on the bench. Here's Mark Pugh making good progress, picked out Carl Lafferty. Nice little turn from Lafferty, but Caton's done well there. Might fall for Henry. Henry has a half shot, it's blocked by Caton, and an easy take for the keeper. He'll have a few bruises in the morning, I think, Rob Henry, won't he?
Yeah, he's going in for everything, and I noticed the Burnley weather's arrived as well.
Yeah, it started to rain. We've had a bit of a mixed day, a mixed bank holiday May Day. Shotman wants that ball to go out of play. But here, Lafferty's a key man, I guess, and he just come and meet the ball. Solid header. And that set it out of play. And Swindon have got a throw. It's with Ben Wells, the taker of the corner. Looks for Caton. Caton takes it down, just about keeps it in play, but he hasn't. The linesman's flagged. That'll be a Burnley throw. It's looked a bit greasy on top once or twice, hasn't it? One or two players lost the footing already without it raining.
Yeah, it's rained this afternoon. I think we had a fairly heavy shower around about 3 o'clock, and that will have affected the pitch today, you would have thought.
It's not the last game at the Turf, though. You're going to play next weekend, I understand.
Play allegedly, yes.
Yeah, there's a series of games, isn't there, next weekend? Saturday and Sunday, we think, where the fans are having games on Turf Moor before it's taken up.
Yeah, that's right. The club did it at the end of last season, did it again this season to give people a chance to play on the pitch. So that'll be an experience, to say the least.
I think it's a fantastic idea. Good luck next weekend. Here's Henry for Burnley. Picks out his man. Pugh, good turn. Look to get across it. He's looking for Lafferty, of course, but the keeper will come and collect under pressure from Lafferty. Not sure that was a foul, but Mr. Oliver wanted to give it for the Swindon keeper. Just seemed to jump there, Lafferty, didn't there? There wasn't much in that.
Yeah, I think they're the ones nowadays that they tend to give in the keeper's favour rather than the attacker. But yeah, they didn't seem to do a lot wrong to me.
He blew early, to be fair, didn't he? He thought it was an infringement. No real complaints from Lafferty. It might just fall there for Lance Lewis, but good work from Crossley. He's kept it in play. He's kept it in his box, but Burnley had to battle to win it back. Crossley had to let it go as he was sliding out of the box. Holgate hasn't kept that in, I didn't think, but not to worry. McCann's won it. He's coming away with the ball. Looks early for Lafferty, but the defender was always the favourite. Not forward towards Holgate. Nice flick from Holgate. He's picked out Caton down this left-hand side. Caton's making some progress. Puts in a good ball. Half a chance here for Lewis. It's come off the defender. It's come off Trotman. So it'll be another corner for Swindon. And that was their best move of the game.
Yeah, it was a bit dangerous there. The Mark Crossley had the ball and was sliding out of the area, had to let it go. And the second chance seemed to stem from that. It's another corner to Swindon.
Yeah, Trotman did well there to deflect it behind.
You're right.
Free corner, I should say, to Swindon. It's gone in deep, looking for Holgate. Burnley will clear it.
Nothing connects.
And away come Burnley with Platt. Sliding in to win it. Here's Nicky Platt, ball forward, looking for Ince. It's a fantastic ball, and Ince might get there. The keeper's come. It's deflected off Ince. It's gone behind for a goal kick. What a ball that was.
It was a fantastic ball, great vision there, but to be fair, Swindon's keeper did very well, Matthew Bullman, there to come out for that, and you said he's had some first-team experience, and perhaps that told there for him.
Yeah, it was a good ball, and Ince very nearly got there. I think he did, and then his attempt at goal just came off the keeper, back off Ince and behind for a goal kick. Here's Bullman with it, slips as he takes it. Hanley can't just quite collect. Here's Ince on to Booth. Booth on quickly to Riley. Ball forward from Riley. Hanley will take it down. Just trying to get it under control more than anything. Can't just quite manage that on this occasion. Ball forward looking for Lance Lewis, but that's good cover from McCann. McCann almost an up and under rugby style. It might fall for Lafferty. Lafferty trying to help it on for Hanley. Hanley's got half a chance here, but the defence have done well. They've cleared it as far as Mark Pugh. Pugh looking to try and tease Stroud, and there's an overlap from Henry. Comes back inside for Platt. Finds Lafferty. Lafferty trying to turn, or wanted to give it back to Platt. Platt wasn't perhaps ready for the return ball. Easy clearance here for Caton.
What number do we dial into? It's 0208
Throw to Burnley. Henry forward to Lafferty.
0956.
Trying to just turn here is Pugh. He's got Henry with him. Back inside for Platt. Platt forward for Hanley. Hanley trying to turn, but he's lost possession here. But Burnley win it back. battling for every ball. Good little bit of turn from Ince. Might fall here for Hanley. Chance for Hanley on his right foot. Just skies it a touch. It's gone behind. Goal kick. Again, half a chance. Maybe just got under it.
Yeah, good pressure again and shot from 20 yards out, but yeah, well over in the end. But another good move from Burnley.
So it'll be a goal kick to Swindon.
I'll get him to try. I'll try to dial in that.
Bullman with the goal kick.
Yeah. Okay.
Header won by McCann. Might just fall here. Free kick to the Clarets. It's going to be taken by the keeper, Crossley. Out of play on the far side. Could be a throw to Burnley. Going to be taken on that far side. Ball in looking for Lafferty. Easily cleared by Ben Wells. Holgate to put pressure on McCann. Trotman across to win it. He's almost left the ball behind. Going to get back in and provide cover. That's a good challenge on that far side from McCann. Could be a throw to Swindon. Looks like a bit of a knock for Holgate. He's okay. Back here from Chris Allen to Pride. Pride's going to try and get across him maybe. Good cover though from Burnley. Again, here's Platt. Platt on here to Pugh. Pugh's got a bit of space here. Ball in the middle of the park. It's going to be cleared comfortably this time by Chris Allen. Holgate collects it. Burnley just try and clear the lines with Riley. Header away by Riley. Bullman with the clearance. Header won by McCann. Holgate to it next. Here's Rob Henry. Going to head it back to his keeper, Crossley. Just less than 10 minutes to play in the first half. Burnley been the better side, Dave, but I think it's a game that could go either way.
Yeah, certainly they've had the better of the chances and had a lot of the possession as well. Swindon have had a few chances, but yeah, you'd hope that Burnley can try and get a goal before half-time just to basically make the pressure tell, really.
Hammer under advantage. They've certainly been the better football inside. It's on that far side for Tom Hince. Good skill from him. Comes inside. Looks for Platt. Platt will just knock it wide again for Riley. Can he take out across? He's looking for Kane Hanley. Half a header away. Might fall for Lafferty. Trying to get it on his left foot. It's cleared in the end by Swindon. But good work from Riley to collect under pressure from Holgate. Good work from Riley. Did well. He was under pressure. Henry back inside for Platt. Platt with the ball forward. Looking for Pugh. Pugh can't just keep hold of possession there. Swindon will come away with it. Here's Caton. Hits it against Henry. He's won himself a throw. Down this left-hand side. Halfway inside the Swindon half. Looking for Caton. Header won by Pugh. Helped on by Platt. It's Lee Henry that comes and wins the head and does again, just above Kane Handley. Caton with the ball forward. Lewis is offside again. And time again, he's getting caught offside.
Yeah, the linesman's doing well on the far side. It was a yard or two offside, definitely there, and the linesman spotted it.
Yeah, to be fair, he hasn't missed a trick, the linesman on the far side. The ball through every time. It's going to be Trotman to take it. Here's McCann. Easily cleared this time. Here's Holgate. He'll look to just try and turn against Riley. Clearance, good clearance from McCann. Pride wins the next head. It'll be a throw to Burnley just inside the Swindon half. The score's 0-0. We've played 37 minutes. Burnley 0, Swindon Town 0. Youth Alliance Cup final. Both sides have done fantastic to get here. Former Forest player Ian Warren is the Swindon coach. You know all about big cup finals. Played in the 91 FA Cup final when Forest lost in extra time to Spurs. It's a good clearance from Stroud. Trotman wants to leave that for his keeper. Crossley can just touch it back into the box to pick up. And it was Des Walker that got the winner for Spurs with an unfortunate own goal. FA Cup remembered really for the injury to Paul Gascoigne. Ian Warren didn't play in any of those League Cup wins or finals for Forest. Down this right hand side for Pugh. Flick on. Hanley was going the other way. Just touched back to the Swindon keeper by Scott Doe. Good clearance from Bullman. Got a big kick on it. Shotman with the throw back to McCann. McCann square for Riley. He's had a good half. Riley just knocks it back to his keeper. Crossley readjusts to kick it right-footed. Header won in the end by Stroud, but under pressure from Pugh can't win the second one. Here's Hanley. Gets it under control. Just touches it back to Platt. Onto Riley again. Down that left-hand side. Riley will use Platt again. Platt just puts his foot on the ball. Looks to find his man in Joe Booth. The dummy didn't quite work, but Tom Ince will collect the loose ball here. Working hard, Burnley. All areas of the park. Here's Lafferty again. Helps it on neatly for Booth. Booth taking this down. Might fancy a shot right-footed. Just wide of the target. It was Pugh, in fact. Good touch from Pugh. Turned, hit it right-footed. Only just wide of the target.
Yeah, another good chance again for Burnley, and I've been very impressed with the way they've played in this first half. And if you think back, the bulk of this team have played reserve team football for Burnley for the last 2 seasons, and they've just come on leaps and bounds in that time.
That helps. So if you've got a small squad, you're getting more opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, it can be difficult with the number of games they've had to play, but it certainly meant that they've had to readjust, and it's certainly helped the development, I think.
Kick then to Swindon. Bullman with it. Impressed with him the first half. Holgate with the flick on. Bit of space down that right-hand side, but McCann's across. Full-blooded challenge. Knocks it into the Bob Lord stand. Bound to get memories of 68 when we won the FA Youth Cup. That was 2-0 here against Coventry, but Swindon on the break here. They put a ball in. Caton will get there. It's a good shot from Caton. Just over the bar. Got a good ball in, and that's their best chance by far.
Yeah, and probably better in some ways than quite a lot of the Burnley chances. That one was only just over there, and a very good chance for Swindon, and that would have been a real injustice if they'd scored there 5 minutes before half-time.
Yeah, Caton didn't do a lot wrong. He hit it first time. He hit it sweetly, but just too high and just over the bar. Burnley have had the bulk of possession, but 5 minutes just before half-time? Maybe the best chance of the half falling to Andy Caton. He's going to be in action, I think, in a moment. Ball forward, but it'll be Lance Lewis to chase. Trotman to it first. Easy touch back to his keeper, Mark Crossley. Big kick from him. Looking for Pugh. Header won easily by Stroud. Burnley have got to throw 2 balls on the pitch for the moment. Trotman knocks the other way. Here's Hanley, looking to turn his man. Knocks it back inside for Booth. Booth on quickly for Riley, who gets forward a lot. They'll look to put a cross in here. The target's Lafferty, but that'll be easy for the keeper. He spilt it. His first handling error. He's done well, the keeper. Just spilt that one.
Yeah, he said should have been easy for the keeper, but he made a mess of that. I think if Burnley had have actually pressed on, they would have had a chance to get the loose ball.
Just the first hint of an error from Matty Bullman. Header won by Trotman. Flicked on by Pugh. Lafferty trying to reach it. Here's David Stroud. Ball forward from him. Good interception from Trotman. Holgate will collect this though. He's looking down that right-hand side for Sam Morris. Morris has got the right back helping him, but he's gone back inside. He's got support here from Chris Allen. Chris Allen looking to pick out Stroud. Good first touch. Again, Stroud will collect this once more, maybe. Is that a challenge from Platt? Free kick, maybe. The referee not happy with Nicky Platt's challenge. Former Liverpool schoolboy picked up there for that foul. Chance here for Swindon. 3 minutes before half-time? It'll be Ben Wells to put it into the box. Right-footed. Got plenty of targets in there. It's gone deep. It's looking for Holgate. The keeper Crossley punches. Just about got it away. Pugh will help it on, but it's back here with Stroud. Swindon finishing the half well, and that's good skill from Stroud. He's making progress. I think he can play on the wing as well. Ball inside, Trotman to it first though. Here's Nicky Platt. Lance Lewis got back to win it. Shot from distance. It was very helpful from Chris Allen, and it wasn't going to trouble Mark Crossley. But it's good to see kids having a crack from, 30 yards plus?
Yeah, it was well over in the end, but certainly worth a go from that distance. And they've certainly given everything, both teams, this half. And as I say, Burnley have had good chances, but that one Swindon had, it could have easily been 1-0 to them.
Yeah, it was perhaps the best chance of the half, wasn't it? Fell to Andy Kane. Flick on from Lafferty. Hanley's on the charge here. He's got Pugh with him. Platt's gone in the middle. Pugh tried to pick him out with a cross. He's won himself a throw with 2 minutes of the half left. 0-0 it is. Trotman going to come forward, of course, and try and launch one. It's raining hard now. This would be a long throw for Neil Trotman. I'd imagine Lafferty will be the target. Get some good distance on it. Flick on here from Pugh, but it's going to be cleared easily this time. Platt trying to get the ball under control. Henry with the ball back in there, headed away by Pride. It might just fall here for Joe Booth. Helps it on. Lafferty, nice layoff. Finds Ince. Good skill from Ince. Gets past one man. Has a shot left foot, and that's a good effort. And a good save from Bullman. Diving to his left-hand side. It was a good turn and shot from Tom Ince.
Yeah, it was definitely on target there, and a low shot, very difficult for the keeper. But once again, Bullman did well there for Swindon.
Yeah, the keeper's impressed. He's had a good half. Lafferty in to try and win that. Ball down this Burnley right-hand side, and it'll be a throw to the Clarets. Lafferty looks okay, just picked himself up a little bit gingerly. Throw to Rob Henry. Flicked on by Pugh. Burnley battling to try and win it. Lafferty helps it on to Pugh. Just got caught in his tracks there, but it's a good challenge from Caton. Conceded a throw-in. Raining quite hard now. And it'll be Trotman again to come across. The trainers haven't been on, so I would imagine we're only looking at a minute of added time. Trotman will launch this one. Trying to reach Lafferty, can't quite get there. Pugh with the flick on, Billy scored. Good finish from Kane Hanley. It's a flick on from Pugh, and from a matter of yards, Hanley tucked it away. Didn't need second chance there. First shot on the volley, crisply into the corner. It's Burnley 1, Swindon Town 0, and it's Kane Hanley with the goal. And what a neat finish it was.
And a perfect time to score as well, yeah. Set piece from the throw, and fell to Kane Hanley, only 3 or 4 yards out, and he buried in the back of the net. Fantastic goal.
There's only going to be one result. Doesn't miss those. Trotman with the clearance. And as Dave said, perfect time to score. And almost a perfect goal. It's worked on in the training ground. Fantastic throw from Trotman. Flick on from Pugh. And there was Hanley from a matter of yards. Good challenge from Martin Riley. He's had a good half. Coming across to try and win the ball again, and does. And the ball's going out of play. It'll be a Swindon throw. Haven't seen the board. Expecting a minute. Can't be any more than a minute.
I'd be surprised if it was that, but we've played half a minute already.
Not seen the board, but anyway, Burnley in possession. Booth picks out Ince. Good turn from Ince. Just got caught by Chris Pride. Not malicious, just caught the man. And that'll be a free kick to Burnley. Said we haven't had trainers, and lo and behold, a trainer has to come on. That's my big mouth, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a poor challenge there, but Tom Ince has picked himself up. I think he's all right.
Yeah, he's okay. He's almost picked himself up as the trainer got in there, but he'll have to go off and come back on again. I don't think there'll be much more action in the half. Burnley have got the lead. Kane Hanley with the goal. Free kick to the Clarets. Here's Mark Crossley with it. Pumps it forward. That's the half-time whistle. And a good half for Burnley.
Yeah, very good play there from Burnley, and the goal was very deserving of their effort throughout the half, and it could have been more, to be honest.
We've had chances, haven't we? Not clear-cut chances, maybe only half chances until that one from Kane Hanley. It's a perfect set piece, isn't it, from the throw?
Yeah, I mean, they're dangerous from that. Very long throws over there. I mean, you think it's going to go to Kyle Lafferty. It didn't in the end, and maybe that's what fooled the Swindon defence.
It's coming across, isn't it? But maybe Trotman's throw doesn't quite go that far, and it was Mark Pugh with a good flicker.
Yeah, he did well, and fell perfectly to Kane Hanley, and he had no problems there from 4 or 5 yards out.
Yep, so Burnley have got the lead then at half-time. It's Kane Hanley with the goal. So the players leave the pitch at half-time. We'll leave you the news that it's Burnley 1, Swindon Town 0, right on half-time. Kane Hanley with the goal from that Neil Trotman long throw. We'll be back for the second half. Left back line to the ball. In the middle, Kane Hanley, the scorer, up front. On the bench, Michael Hale, Rob Turner, Jack Overson, second half. Crowd as well. On the bottom side, so Burnley will kick off in the second half, right to left, so defending the cricket field stand end, and it's Kane Hanley that got the goal right on the end of the first half. Good long throw from Neil Trotman, flick on from Mark Pugh, and there was Kane Hanley from 3 yards. Dave Roberts said they were perhaps looking for Carl Lafferty, but it was Pugh that got the flick on, and it deceived Swindon a little bit. Burnley about to kick off. Mr. Oliver ready, and forward Burnley go. Hinds just knock it back to Riley. Here's Joe Booth. He had a lively first half as well. Trotman back to keeper Crossley. Big kick down the middle. Kane Hanley will turn and chase this. So good work at the back from Swindon. Ball forward looking for Holgate. Good first touch. Shields the ball. Got caught, so that'll be a free kick. Can on Holgate. Free kick for Swindon. Quickly then through the Swindon side for you. Matty Bullman, who's had a good first half in goal. Right back Gary Pride. Scott Doe, Lee Henry in the middle. Left back David Stroud. Swindon in possession. Chase on here for Sam Morris. He's won himself a throw-in deep in the Burnley half. Morris is on the right-hand side. Left-hand side is Andy Caton. Then we've got Chris Allen and Ben Wells in the middle. He's Holgate. Good work though from Burnley again at the back. Clearance forward, looking for Kane Hanley, the scorer. Holds on to the ball, fancies a little turn, got caught by the defender. That'll be a free kick. Full of confidence now, Kane Hanley, isn't he?
Yeah, he certainly is, and he's going to be live wire this second half, and Swindon defence going to have to watch out for him.
Down this left-hand side with Ince, forward again to Hanley, but Burnley just giving it away here. Just complete that line-up for you for Swindon. Up front they've got Ashan Holgate. He looks a dangerous lad, big lad. Alongside him Lance Lewis, who's got a bit of pace as well. Kept possession of Swindon here. Launch forward from Lee Henry. Burnley battling to win it back. It's with Mark Pugh. Just helps it on to Lafferty. Lafferty, all 6'4" of him, a real menace up front for Burnley. He's having his shirt tugged there. That's a free kick, no doubt about it. Lee Henry had lumps of his shirt there, Dave.
Yeah, and the linesman was only about 3 or 4 yards away, so he's never going to get away with that one, really.
He wasn't, so free kick to Burnley. Live coverage of the Youth Alliance Cup final for you. Burnley leading by a 1-0. Dave Roberts of the Clarets Trust alongside us and enjoying the game. Burnley have done well in this first half. Ball in to the Swindon box. Lafferty will come and jump for this. Heads it on. The keeper's under pressure. Back towards Lafferty. Instant shot, but just wide of the target. Had to have a crack first time. And I think Kyle will be a bit disappointed he didn't hit the top.
Yeah, he was unlucky there. It came straight to him and just sort of sliced off his right boot about 3 or 4 yards wide. But could have been a good chance again for Burnley. Could have made it 2-0, but they've just got to press on and hopefully make the pressure tell.
Burnley will need a second, I'm sure. Swindon have fought back in previous games. Throw to the visitors. Stroud forward towards Lance Lewis. It might just fall in there. What a strong challenge from Joe Booth. He won it. Hanley just nicks it off the defender, but it's gone too far, and Bullman will clear it. Full-blooded challenge from Joe Booth. Header won by Trotman. Here's Pugh trying to take the ball under control. Uses Platt. Platt, nice ball forward, looking for Lafferty. Takes it down with ease. Lays the ball on, looking for Pugh. Pugh's got a bit of work to win the ball. Turns. He'll try and have a run here at Stroud. That's a few tricks. Does Pugh. That's a lovely turn if he can get the crossing. It's gone towards the near post. Wins a corner. The corner down that right-hand side. So left-footed, in swinging towards the keeper. Flicked on by Riley, but it's gone behind for a goal kick. We need a second, perhaps, Dave.
Yeah, I think that would, if we get a second goal in the next 10-15 minutes, and that'd really put Swindon on the back foot, hopefully.
Yeah, they've got a couple of lively stars on the bench. Michael Pook and Carl Lapham played for the first team last weekend. They lost 4-0 at Huddersfield. That'll be a throw to Swindon. Nearly a collision with the micron camera down there, but thankfully okay. Throw to Burnley. It is Riley with the throw. Picks out Ince, bit of space for Tom Ince. Ball inside for Platt on the halfway line. It's gone down the right-hand side. Good ball. Picks out Pugh. Pugh's got an overlap with Henry, and he helped it on. Henry can get across in here. It's not a bad effort. Keeper comes and collects. A bit fortunate to keep hold of it. That was a lovely move and a good overlap from Henry.
Yeah, and it could have been very different there. The Bullman and his defender got a bit of a mix-up, but he did well to keep the ball.
Swindon on the break. Good ball from Holgate for Lewis. Puts a cross in. Crossley gets a hand to it. It's a good save. Cleared by Booth. The danger may be gone. Pugh looking to take it on here through the middle. That's a good run from Mark Pugh. He's just taking it too far. The defender in to win it. I'm afraid the defender's picked up a knock. And he's struggling a little bit. That's Lee Henry. But Rob Henry on the far side wins a challenge for Burnley. Caton launches it forward, looking for Holgate. Trotman will win the header with ease. But Swindon again applying pressure. Was that a handball? It was. Lance Lewis just picked up for a handling offence. And Burnley have got a free kick. Mentioned in the first half. 45 years ago to the day we clinched the Football League Championship 2-1 at Main Road. Let's hope there's more silverware today. And we've battled all season. We were unlucky, weren't we, in the FA Youth Cup to go out to Norwich?
Yeah, it was in extra time against Norwich, and Burnley have been the better side against. Norwich have an academy, obviously, and it's
shot from Hanley. Turned quickly. It's gone into the keeper's midriff. We were unlucky against Norwich. Went into extra time.
Yeah, it was a great effort from the lads that night, and they were unlucky to go out. And you got the impression that just the length of the game going to extra time told in the end. But a good display all round on that night, and certainly done well since as well.
You're right. It's not necessarily an even match against some of the Premiership sides. They've got a much bigger setup, but this is a very good Burnley youth side, and certainly prospects for the future. McCann with the clearance. Lafferty, good header. Flick on is Hanley down the left-hand side, halfway inside the Swindon half. Hanley uses Ince. That's come off the defender, Gary Pride. This will be a throw to Burnley. Back here to Martin Riley. Riley inside. Picks out Booth. Booth's got an option with Rob Henry coming forward. Lafferty and Hanley are in the middle. Cross in from Henry. Lafferty jumped with the keeper. And the keeper got a bit lucky there because Lafferty was very, very close to making it 2-0.
Yeah, he just got the impression that Bullman was holding back a bit there, and if Lafferty got any touch on it at all, then it could have been in the back of the net.
You'd be throwing in crosses, particularly with someone like Lafferty in the middle. Holgate will chase that, but Trotman made sure, knocks him onto the top of the Bob Lord stand. We might not get that ball back. We're going to wait and see. But it'll be a throw with a spare ball. Going to be taken by David Stroud. He's the son of Kenny Stroud. Played over 300 times for Swindon. Into the Burnley box. Good turn from Lance Lewis. He might have a shot on target here, but Trotman on the floor clears it. Might still fall here for Swindon. Good challenge from Nicky Platt. But again, Swindon trying to come forward. Riley with the clearance. Pumps it forward. Lafferty turns and chases. Stroud under pressure. But he's won himself a throw-in. Lafferty just couldn't keep it in play. Stroud's going to wait, I think, for his midfield to jog back. We've played 52 minutes of this cup final. Burnley leading by a goal to nil. Kane Hanley the scorer on 45 minutes. It's Caton who gets away from two challenges. He looks a useful prospect. Puts in a ball. There's men in the middle here. Real chance for Swindon. Complete miss kick from their number 7, Sam Morris. He was facing goal. Knocked it well wide of the target. And they'll maybe rue that miss.
Yeah, it's a lucky escape there for Burnley, and Mark Crossley's certainly berating his defence for that one.
Yeah, it's good to see the keeper's certainly gives as good as he's got. He went ballistic with his defence there. There's an offside, not for the first time against Lance Lewis, so it'll be a Burnley free kick. I think Caton's impressed, hasn't he? He got away from a couple of challenges there. It's a big lad, put in a good cross, and Morris will be disappointed.
Yeah, it's certainly done well for Swindon throughout the game, and you just hope that Burnley can keep him at bay, because he's looked a dangerous player for them.
Yeah, he does. He looks quite a prospect. He has figured in the first team squad with Andy King in recent weeks. Pumped forward by Burnley, headed away by the Swindon defence. But here's Tom Ince, looking to try and just show us one or two tricks down this left-hand side. But he's overrun the ball. That'll be a throw to Swindon. It's getting a little bit dark for the James Hargreaves stand. Not the best of evenings. We've had one or two showers already. Clearance here from Matty Bullman, deep into the Burnley half, but an easy header for Rob Henry. Lafferty looking to flick on. But Burnley do collect the ball through Joe Booth. Here's Mark Pugh down that right-hand side. Ball inside for Lafferty. Lafferty back to Booth. Booth on quickly to Pugh. Pugh will look to try and tease David Stroud. Just get a crossing, but it's too near the keeper. That's a good catch by Matty Bullman. Not the easiest of days for him. Big clearance, looking for Holgate. Burnley come and meet it with McCann. Again, Burnley just trying to get hold of the ball in the middle of the park. Here's Ince. Ince on to Platt. Platt forward, looking for Hanley. But they've done well here of Burnley. Good challenge. Good challenge there from Lee Henry. Ball forward, but that'll be Mark Crossley's ball. Just wait for it to come in his area.
Michael Cook.
And Crossley's got all the time in the world. You wonder if Swindon will make a change or two here.
Yeah, I was just thinking that myself. You wonder how long their staff will leave it before they bring on, particularly Pook, I think, is one they might try and bring on.
Yeah, he has travelled, so you might as well play for 20 minutes, you would have thought. Ball forward. He will figure next week in the first team. Chase on here for Swindon. They've won themselves a corner. Sam Morris got there. Deflected behind by Martin Riley, so it'll be a corner to Swindon. They've got some big lads as well. Lee Henry will come forward. Scott Doe will come forward. Matty Bullman's right in the centre circle, trying to G up the rest of his team for some reason. Don't normally see that week in, week out. But shows a good team spirit for the visitors. Here's Ben Wells with the corner. It's gone deep, looking for Holgate. It was a good take. Might still fall for them, but that's not the best of shots. High over the bar. And that's from Sam Morris, I think. Burnley have got themselves a goal kick. You just worry at set pieces. They've got one or two big lads and they could cause us problems.
Yeah, I think they shepherded them quite well on that corner there, and all credit to the Burnley defenders for keeping Swindon out again.
Yeah, the defence working hard. Just those two chances really. Caton, 5 minutes before half-time, and then Sam Morris just moments ago. Apart from that, the Burnley rearguard have done very, very well. Here's Caton again. Looks a useful player. Took that ball down well. He'll laid inside for Ben Wells. Clearance here from McCann. Deep into the Swindon half, and Lafferty will chase this. The defence didn't look wholly convincing, but it got back to the keeper, who just about claimed it in the nick of time. He kicks it forward, looking for Holgate. Header won by Trotman. He's fantastic in the air, is Neil Trotman. Nothing beats him in the air, I don't think. Again, Caton showing a bit of skill. Swindon have given the ball away though. Ball forward, looking for Lafferty. Nice little turn from Carl Lafferty. Caused the defender problems. And Swindon have conceded a throwing on that far side. That was a nice turn, wasn't it, for a big man? Yeah,
he certainly sent the defender the wrong way and throw into Burnley in attacking position again.
It's almost a Robbie Blake type dummy, wasn't it? From somebody at 6'4". It's not easy to do.
Slightly different physique to Robbie Blake.
It is, yeah, but it was a neat dummy and turn. In possession on the far side, Burnley. Here's Pugh. Looks to put a cross in for Lafferty, but that's the keeper's. Who's had a bit of catching practice this evening. And this time his kick's not the best. Caton's won it though. It's gone back to their left back, David Stroud. There's a handball there, I think, from Kane Hanley. And it'll be a free kick to the visitors. We've played 58 minutes. Burnley leading this cup final by a goal to nil. Kane Hanley on 45 minutes. Long throw from Neil Trotman, flick on from Mark Pugh. Hanley, well, he thumped the ball on from 3 yards. Here's Hints. And just launched forward by McCann. Lafferty again, good skills. Lays it back for Riley. Riley inside here for Ince. Good ball from Ince. Picks out Nicky Platt. And there's a man over here on that right-hand side. But Platt's determined to have a crack. Maybe should have used the man on the overlap with Mark Pugh. But we shouldn't worry when kids have a crack at goal.
Yeah, definitely a good chance again. I think there was a better opportunity to Mark Pugh on his right there, but he certainly gave it a crack and was unlucky, just wide.
Yeah, it was just wide. Always worth a go. Kick from Bullman. It's been the busier of the two keepers. Header won by Holgate, but Trotman in to beat Lance Lewis. It was a bit of a mismatch. Hints back to Riley. Riley forward. Looking for Hanley. Hanley back to Platt. Platt's picked out Mark Pugh, but the defender's done well. David Stroud came across and collected that. Had to get there though, but he made sure he did. He's used Caton down that left wing. Caton's got Holgate and Lewis in the middle. That's a good challenge from Rob Henry. But again, good play though. And away comes Swindon down that left-hand side with Caton. Caton puts a ball in, but it's hit the thigh of Neil Trotman, who should clear it now into the Bob Lord stand for a Swindon throw. Burnley have had a great tradition in the past, of course. Won the FA Youth Cup in '68 when we beat Coventry here 2-0. 2 David Hartley goals that night. And we've got a throw to Swindon on that far side. Header away though by Burnley, flicked on by Joe Booth. This could fall for Hanley inside the centre circle. Nice little turn. He's on his own almost though. Lafferty's taking a position in the middle. Hanley just keeping hold of it, waiting for support. He's beaten one man, looking to take on another. Puts in a cross. It will fall perhaps here for Ince. It's come off a defender, so it will be a Burnley throw. Good skills from Hanley. Kept hold of the ball when nobody else was available. Here's Lafferty. Improved his touch fantastically this season. McCann picks out Riley. Riley, a good turn inside. That's nice work from Martin Riley. He's coming forward nicely here, looking to take on the central defence. Good run from Martin Riley. Picks out Ince. Can Ince get a cross in? Dummies the first time. Gets it back to Riley. Good ball in from Riley, but it'll be headed away. No problem that time for Swindon. But it will fall for Nicky Platt. He's picked out right back Rob Henry. And in turn finds Pugh. Pugh with a cross in. Lafferty looking to take it down and have a crack, but has to lay it off once more. Henry wins the header. Platt forward, but Swindon will clear the lines here, but only again as far as Henry. On to Booth. Booth on neatly to Pugh. It's good work from Burnley. Forward towards Hanley. He's offside. Must have been marginal. Must have been very, very close. He was in the box. Chance on goal. That must have been close.
It didn't look off to me. They looked level with the final defender, but the linesman gave the offside, and unlucky for Burnley there.
Was. I mean, we're not exactly level, but we're in a pretty decent position, and I thought Hanley timed that run just about right. Past the hour mark. Burnley leading 1-0. Header on by McCann. Hanley trying to battle to win. It's at the referee, the centre circle. Mr. Oliver getting involved. Not quite sure what happened there. It wasn't a bad first touch from the referee either, was it?
You can tell he's played before, definitely, yeah.
Couldn't get out of the way. Here's Riley with the header. Holgate in pursuit for Swindon. Pugh can't just quite keep that on. I didn't think he had, but the linesman thinks he has. He's here with Platt, trying to get it under control, and he's giving it away to Lance Lewis, who in turn very nearly returned the compliment. Here's Morris, the number 7 for Swindon. Back to Gary Pride. On again to Morris. Good firm challenge from Tom Ince, but it'll fall loose here maybe for Swindon, but they're giving it away once more. And McCann will tidy things up and knock it all the way back to his keeper, Mark Crossley. McCann's impressed again today. Only a first-year apprentice. Used to play at Home Farm. Lafferty trying to flick that on. Can't. That's a good header from Sam Morris. McCann will get to the ball first ahead of Lance Lewis. But Tommins can't keep it in play. Referee just checking. Sam Morris is okay. He is. That's a poor throw from Swindon. Pride and Morris got that wrong. Ball forward won't find Lafferty, and the defender will just knock it back to his keeper, Matty Bullman. Fantastic kick from the keeper. Header won by Riley. Lafferty coming back from an offside position. Can take part now. Clearance from Scott Doe. Burnley just trying to win the ball in the middle of the park, and they will, through Chris McCann. He's just maybe taking it too far, but he won the challenge. Fantastic challenge. Here's Ince. Ince will pick out Mark Pugh on that right-hand side. Rob Henry getting forward as he has in this second half to try and give him some support. Pugh might look to Ince. He's gone back to Platt. Platt's got Booth with him. Ball forward finds Hanley. Nice layoff. Finds Pugh. Chance for Pugh here. Has a shot, and it's a good effort. And it was very, very close. Super move and a great shot from Mark Pugh.
Great chance again. That could only have been about a foot wide there. Great move again from Burnley, and unlucky not to get a goal from it.
Tell you what, that'd have been one of the best goals you've seen this season.
Great passing again from Burnley. I mean, give credit to Swindon. I think they've come out the second half. They've passed it very well, but all game Burnley have passed the ball absolutely brilliantly. It's been a pleasure to watch.
Making a couple of changes here, Swindon, so we'll just keep an eye on that. Certainly Morris is coming off, number 7. Chance for one or two of the Burnley lads to get drinks. Lance Lewis coming off as well. So it's the two lads that played in the first team, or started with the first team on Saturday, that have come on. We thought that might be the case. Michael Pook, who normally plays midfield. Carl Lapham, who normally plays at the back. Lapham's wearing 16, Pook 15. Off have gone Lance Lewis and Sam Morris. So we'll just see how these new lads fit in the system. Looks like Caton's going down the middle. I did say earlier he can play up front. Here's Hanley, ball inside, finds Hughes having a good spell here. It's Booth, in fact. Booth just helps it on to Hanley. It's good recovery from Swindon. Done well. Ball back inside. And that's Stroud getting forward. Uses Holgate, gets it back to Stroud. Looks like he's gone to left side of midfield, puts the ball in. Oh, it might fall here. Real chance for the fullback. Good save from Crossley. It was Gary Pride with the shot, and that was a good save from Mark Crossley to his left-hand side. And I'll tell you what, the defender hit that well.
Yeah, it looked like it was going in. Mark Crossley needs to get a hand to that and did well to palm it away for a corner.
It wasn't straightforward, was it, by any means whatsoever, and that was a good save. Corner in there. Holgate will try and meet it. Trotman wins the header, and it's going to again fall for Swindon. They've had a good spell here, but that's way over the target. No problems whatsoever for Mark Crossley this time. Just had a vision there. It was a good save from Crossley. He had to move quick, and he clawed it over the bar.
He did well, and you wonder whether it's slightly on his wrong side. He was sort of palming it away. Did very well to put it away for a corner, and it's a good job he did, really.
Yeah, Stroud looks like he's pushed into midfield, and he's a tricky player. Got away, whipped in a good cross. And Pride looks like he's gone to the right-hand side of midfield. Both fullbacks pushing forward a little bit more now. Holgate trying to flick it on for Caton, but Trotman just tidying up. Ball forward. Here's Mark Pugh. Had a good game, looking to put the ball in for Lafferty, and Hanley's won this against the defender, wins himself a corner. He's a real nuisance, isn't he, all the time, Kane Hanley?
Yeah, he's done very well, and he's given Swindon's defence all sorts of problems, and won Burnley another corner there.
Yeah, I'll just ease the pressure a bit, because Swindon have had a good spell. Trotman coming forward, McCann coming forward. Those two are dangerous at set pieces. It'll be Tommins with the delivery. Hanley's taken up a position inside the 6-yard box. True poacher style. It's gone shorter. Might be a crack here from Joe Booth. He's gone underneath that. Almost Johnny Wilkinson style. It was a nice move, and he got himself in space, but he needed to have a shot or clipping across. Yeah,
it's interesting. That's a move that the first team have tried, with Micah Hyde trying that from corners. It basically goes past the first player, comes out to Hyde about 25 yards out, and it's rubbed off on the youth team as well.
Right, we nearly scored against Liverpool, I remember, really early on with that move. It got blocked. Here's McCann, and the rear guard just knocks it back to Crossley. Clearance from Crossley. Just gives us a chance just to have a look at what's happened to the Swindon sside with those two changes. Latham's gone to right back. They've pushed Gary Pride further forward. He very nearly scored moments ago. They've given possession away here, though, to Carl Lafferty. Lafferty trying to have a run through the middle. It's a good challenge in the end from Scott Doe. Left Lafferty on the floor. That's gone out of play, though, from Michael Pook, and that'll be the throw to Burnley. Pook's gone into midfield, where he played for the first team on Saturday. I do remember when we won the FA Youth Cup against Coventry, Willie Carr didn't play that day because they were fighting relegation. He was the first team. Here's Kane Hanley, edge of the area, might fancy a crack. Good block from the defender, but it'll be another Burnley corner, our 5th of the night. Got to say, the defender did well there.
Yeah, good pressure again from Kane Hanley, but Swindon are defending resolutely, and 1-0 they're always going to be in this game.
Yeah, it was Lee Henry that I think got across to block it. It'll be Ince with the corner. Up comes number 5, Neil Trotman. Maybe he'll be the target. Just being picked up at the moment by Michael Pook. Surprised by that. Swung in. Lafferty will win the header. It's not a bad header either. Just wide of the target. Was almost on his own. A free header. Just glanced it just wide of the target. But again, it's another chance. I hope we don't rue those.
Yeah, I mean, again, it came to him. As you say, glanced it a bit too much and just wide. If he'd got a bit more power on that, then I think the goalkeeper would have been stranded there.
Yeah, I don't think he'd have got there, would he, if he'd have got a bit of power on it. Direction. I think the keeper would have struggled. Swindon have got a throw just in front of the Burnley dugout, down their left-hand side. Stroud with it. He's looked for Caton. He's put in a good ball as Caton, looking for Holgate. Good punch from Crossley. Got it out of his area. That's all you can ask from a keeper. Here's Platt, keeping hold of possession. Booth's alongside him, uses him. Here's Joe Booth. Fancies a run through the middle. Finds Lafferty. Another good layoff from Lafferty. Oh, good 1-2. Lafferty's in here. Real chance. Clips it over the keeper, but wide of the target. It's a lovely 1-2 between Lafferty and Pugh, and that looked perhaps the chance to make it 2-0. He tried to clip it over the keeper but dragged it wide.
Yeah, another good move again. I wasn't sure at first whether the keeper had got a touch on it, but it was Carl Lafferty who just chipped it wide. But again, another fantastic move from Burnley.
Yeah, I mean, they play football, there's absolutely no doubt about it. They play good quality football on the deck. Booth with the ball forward. Nice layoff again from Lafferty. Ball forward from Pugh. He's gone more central, but Hanley won't get there. Just couldn't quite find that extra gear to get there as the ball ran away from him. Here's the substitute Lapham, Carl Lapham, with the throw. Looking for Holgate. Flick on from Holgate. Header won down by Khan. Here's Ince. Nice control. Lays it off for Platt. Ball forward. Again, Pugh chasing it. Ball inside from Hanley, looking for Lafferty. Lafferty with a shot, almost first time over the target. We've got a problem. We've got a Swindon player down with a knock. 5-5 at Oldham. We keep referring back to that. 4-1 the Clarets won on penalties. Fantastic effort. Trotman wins that header. Here's Pugh. Nice turn. Takes it wide. Trying to lay the ball forward, but he's just taken it too far. That'll be a Swindon throw. Fionua's involved in the youth development now. It's when he used to play at Colne Dynamos, if you remember, in the 90s. And got sent off here for Gillingham. I think the back end of the millennium, if I remember correctly. Burnley won 5-1. Here's Pugh with the ball forward. And McCann will take this out of defence. That's good skill from Chris McCann. He'll have a look up. Lafferty straight offside. Just started his run too early, I think, there, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, he was complaining there, but there's no doubt he was well offside.
I can tell you from here, you were a good 2-3 yards offside, Kyle. Never mind. Free kick to the visitors. Matty Bullman with it. Bullman with the ball forward. Flick on. Holgate will chase this, but it'll be Crossley's ball. Shouldn't forget that save from Pride, 10 minutes ago. And Pride looked like he had a real chance to level things. Burnley leading by a goal to 0. Kane Hanley with the goal in 45 minutes. Crossley with the ball forward. Hanley started another run here, but the defender did well. Lee Henry got across. Good control from Hanley, trying to just keep it on the edge of the box. But again, Lee Henry away with the header. Platt into it first, but here's Stroud with the clearance. And I think Caton might collect this. Burnley battling away, but it's just come off Rob Henry. It could be a throw to Swindon on that far side, on the halfway line, into the Bob Lord stand, in front of all the fans. Trotman wins the header. Might fall again for Swindon here, edge of the area, but McCann, as cool as you like, clears the decks. Ince turns into 1-1, gets fouled, and that'll be a free kick. I think Lapham, the offender. Burnley have got a free kick. It's a problem, unfortunately, on that far side for Ashan Holgate. Don't think anybody spotted him. Well done to Rob Henry, just points out, and Terry Pashley was making sure the referee had spotted it. It's been played in a good spirit, hasn't it, Dave?
Yeah, it certainly has, and that's what you expect at this level anyway. Sometimes you think that these games can get a bit too competitive, but yeah, it's been played in good spirit throughout.
Terry Pashley wanted to make sure the referee had seen Ashan Holgate was in a bit of trouble. I think he's going to be okay to continue. There's a quick word with the trainer on the far side. Burnley need to just mark him up if this next move breaks down. Targets Lafferty, wins the header. Hanley will chase this, gets there, but Hanley's fouled his man. Be a free kick to Swindon. Looked a touch harsh perhaps on Kane Hanley.
Yeah, it didn't look to be a lot in it there, but the linesman was very quick to flag and give a free kick in favour of Swindon Town.
Yeah, he'd seen something on that far side, and he's much nearer than us. Is Bullman with the take. A thumping kick. You could probably hear from up here. That's Lapham with the header on. Pride will chase this, but Riley will clear it. I think one thing they've done, they've pushed Pride further forward to try and keep Martin Riley to stop him getting forward.
Yeah, he's come out defence very well and played some good balls from out there, and he's certainly been curtailed since they've made that move, Swindon Town.
It's Holgate, edge of the area. Might fancy a crack, but it's McCann that's blocked it. Good defending again from Chris McCann. Burnley looking to break here. Platt just feeds it down this left-hand side, where he'll find Tom Ince getting forward, making good ground. He's covered 25-30 yards, tried to flick it forward to Kane Hanley. It didn't quite work out. There's Platt again, just uses Henry down that right-hand side, on quickly for Pugh. Pugh looking to get a cross in. Headed away by Scott Doe. They've done well in defence of Swindon. Big strong side. There's McCann. We've got 15 minutes left to play. Burnley leading by a goal to 0. Chris McCann in possession for Burnley. Uses Riley. Riley back to his keeper, Mark Crossley. Pride will chase that down. But it's a good clearance from Crossley. Flick on from Pugh. And Burnley just trying to get it under control here with Joe Booth. He's done well. He's got 3 defenders around him. That's fantastic work from Joe Booth. Looks to put a cross in. Cleared by the other number 4, Scott Doe. Trotman almost falls on the ball, but did well enough. Pratt tidies it up for him. Picks it down that right-hand side. Here's Joe Booth. Finds Pugh again. Oh, good turn. Good skill from Mark Pugh, using both feet, teasing the defence. Looked to put a cross in, but it is a goal kick. Some fantastic skills there from Mark Pugh.
Yeah, he's certainly shown a few tricks down that side. I wonder whether we're getting a few hints and tips from Jean-Louis Valois.
Yeah, it was similar, wasn't it, with the quick feet. It didn't really work out because the ball went behind for a goal kick. Kick from Bullman. Thumping kick, the lad. Trotman wins the header. Riley in with Pride to win the next one. I'm convinced Swindon have pushed Pride right up on Martin Riley to stop him come forward. Almost playing as a winger now is Gary Pride. 31 minutes on the watch. There's, I think, a possibility of another change for Swindon. They look like they're trying to organise that, but Lapham will get on with it in the meantime. Looking for Holgate. Flick on from Holgate. McCann wins the next header. Platt with the ball forward. And Hanley's got pace. He'll chase this. He's got there ahead of Lee Henry. And here's Hanley, edge of the area. Oh, good turn. Got inside his man. Well, he can't see a crack with the defender. All credit to him. Lee Henry got back at him. Eventually cleared his lines. There's Riley. Just back to McCann. McCann perhaps will use his keeper. We've got 13 and a half minutes to play here. Burnley leading 1-0. Hanley's offside. With 2 Henrys and a Hanley, I was bound to get mixed up, wasn't I?
Any excuse?
Yeah, I need it. I do need it. Free kick to the visitors, and they are going to make another change. And the defender's going off. Stroud, a bit surprised by that. He's played well. Lucas Djukovic is coming on. For personal reasons, I was hoping he wouldn't play a part in today's game, but he's come on. And he's another forward, so they've taken off a fullback, putting a forward into the mix. And he's a big lad, 6'1". He's won that first header, but it's gone through to Crossley. He's a big lad, isn't he? Jutowicz.
He looks huge. He looks as tall as Kyle Lafferty, I think.
Check the stats. He's 6'1", with Lafferty 6'4", so there might be a bit of a difference. But he looks a bit like...
He might have grown since this was printed.
I think he might have done in the weeks that we looked at it. It looks enormous. But Trotman's decent in the air. And Trotman's in possession now. Knocks that forward. Full stretch there. Burnley collect the ball. Booth forward for Hanley. As Swindon push on, it will give Burnley chances. Platt just looking for Riley. Riley's done well to win that against 2 Swindon players. But Holgate then gets a boot in. Gets it back to Lapham. Lapham with the ball forward. Riley just held back, won the header. Here's Holgate, but Pratt on Hunters to try and win it. Clearance from McCann. Just wondered if Nicky Platt had picked up a knock there. He hasn't, he's okay. Throw to the All Blue of Swindon. It's Lapham with it. Booth just helps it on. Here's Lafferty. Lafferty's got runners, one of them's Hanley, but Hanley had to just backtrack to stay on side. And it didn't quite work out between the two. It's gone through to Matty Bullman. He sent Swindon are pushing on now, looking for the equaliser.
Yeah, Burnley have got to certainly keep the wits about them for the last 10 minutes or so, because...
The referee just let that go. There was a handball from Trotman. Trotman doesn't look happy with the linesman flagging. I think the referee just wanted to see if it fell for Swindon. Didn't quite, because Crossley was out of his goal quickly. And this is a free kick to Swindon Central. And it could be a dangerous one. The referee's calling for something. What's the trainer? I wonder if there's just a bit of blood for Ashan Holgate. He did take a knock earlier. The referee probably just wants that clearing up. He should really go off the field of play after that, but that would be a bit harsh. But this isn't a dangerous position.
Yeah, I mean, Burnley have to beware now. They've got another striker on in place for defender, and with only 10 minutes left to go, they've got to certainly keep the wits about them, keep this lead, and hopefully maybe press on and get a second goal and finish it off once and for all.
This treatment for Ashan Holgate looks like he's got a bang to the head, and Burnley have already formed a wall. Hanley's about 2 yards away from the ball. He'll have to go back, and it looks like Michael Pook will have a crack when we restart. Don't think Mr. Oliver will ask Ashan Holgate to go off the pitch and come back on again. I suppose by the letter of the law he should. I think he's happy now with the repairs. He'll go. No, he's gonna have to go off. Always seems a bit harsh when you're the attacking side.
Yeah, it's a very strange rule. It's been in for sort of about 10 or 11 years now, and never understand it. I mean, it's one that they need to review, I think.
He didn't want treatment either, did he? I think that's important to mention. Anyway, it'll be Michael Pook, I think, to hit this. The wall doesn't look 10 yards. We won't worry about that. But Pook's on the ball. It's central. He'll look to try and hit this. Here's Pook. Hits the wall. Hanley, made sure he was close to the ball. I'd suggest the wall was maybe 6 or 7 yards, no more. Hanley with the ball forward. And can't just find Tom Hince, but he's giving it away again as Lapham. Hince is offside, can't play a part. Sensible play, just leaves it for Lapham to collect. Knocks it forward, give it away. Burnley in possession once more. Pugh goes down this left-hand side for Ince. Ince makes ground to the ball, collects it, nice skill, helps it on to Hanley. He's almost on his own up there though, uses Ince again. Ince has miscued there. Martin Riley had gone forward, wins the ball. That's good work from Martin Riley. Can he whip in across here? Lafferty's in the middle. He'll look to. He's gone to the byline, wins a corner. Fantastic stuff from Martin Riley. He's had a very good game.
He's played very well, and with 9 minutes to go, it's good to see Burnley have the ball down this end of the pitch.
Yeah, we need it down here, don't we? Swindon have come into the game, certainly second half. But Burnley have got a chance here. Sixth corner of the night. Neil Trotman's in there. McCann just staying back on this occasion. The visitors have left Andy Caton up there. Here's Nicky Platt with the corner. It's not in the quadrant by any stretch of the imagination, but the officials are happy enough with what's going on there. It's 12 inches outside the quadrant, but we're taking it. Platt swings it in. Trotman will come and meet it. It's a good header, just wide of the target. I don't think Swindon will be too happy if that had accounted.
Well, the linesman is on the halfway line. There's no way that he couldn't see that wasn't in there. He just wasn't looking, was he?
No, he wasn't, and we took that, 18 inches from the quadrant, but never mind. Trotman wins the header. Burnley got still defending to do here. It's going out of play on the far side for a throw to Swindon. All credit to the lads from Wiltshire. They've really battled in this second half. Ian Wome's team have really had a go at it. Clearance from Rob Henry. But he'll come back with interest. Holgate just trying to chest it down. Joe Booth's in there to try and win it. Holgate just lays it off. Ball forward again. Clearance from Riley. Lafferty helps in onto Pugh. That's a good touch. He does lay the ball off nicely. Hanley will chase this, but Lee Henry's done well. Gets there, knocks it out of play for a throw. That number 5's had a good game, Lee Henry, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's played well for them over there, and they've got some very useful players at Swindon, and I think they'll think themselves unlucky if they don't get this thing out of the game. But Burnley have had the better chances and just need to keep the concentration for the last 6 or 7 minutes now.
We don't know the stats, but Burnley certainly had the bulk of possession. It's with Burnley again on that far side, just given away, I think, here. Clearance from Caton, who's played in various positions, seems to have found himself at left back now, having been centre forward for maybe 5 minutes or so. Burnley throw. Again, Pugh can't just keep hold of it because Caton battles to win it back. Credit to him there. And away comes Swindon with the ball down that left-hand side. Burnley desperate to try and get it back. And the referee's just picked up on a foul here. It looks like he might be having a strong word. Might be getting his cards out. That looks a bit harsh. I don't think we really should be needing a yellow card here.
It looked like he played the ball to me. He was coming from behind, but it looked like he played the ball. Oh, pushing over there now. A clear push on Kane Hanley there from the Swindon player, who I can't see who that is. And if the linesman's seen that, then well, who knows?
Well, he's just got in between the two of them, hasn't he? I think the linesman, whilst the referee's giving a yellow card. I'm assuming it's Rob Henry. It is Rob Henry. Not sure we needed a yellow card so late in the game. He did go for the ball, and I thought he got something on it. The linesman's going to have a word here with the referee.
The fourth official's seen something here, I think.
Sorry, it is the fourth official, you're right. And again, he's checking with the linesman.
He's seen the push, I think, a clear push, and I think he's having a word with both of them.
Yeah, I think just need a shake of the hands here and let's get on with it. Is he going to administer yellow cards here? Certainly the fourth official must have seen the push. And Lee Henry's got away with that a little bit. He needs to make sure he doesn't do that in future games, because some officials can deem that either a yellow card or a red card. Header away by Henry, but unlucky to be booked. Booth on to Pugh, deep in the Burnley half. Big clearance, looking for Lafferty. He'll chase everything. He's just caught his man. That's something and nothing. The linesman flags. I think they just crossed, didn't they?
Yeah, there was nothing in that at all, and they're very keen to put his flag up once again, this linesman.
Yeah, they just crossed. I think they were chasing the ball. The defender was always the favourite, and he deemed it a foul by Lafferty, and it's given Swindon possession. 5 minutes to play. Flick on here by Holgate, and Caton's got away down that left-hand side. This could be dangerous. Swings one in, it's gone deep. Burnley need to get it away, and Tom Hince has knocked it behind for a corner. And there's a problem here. The referee's having to come across and deal with something. He's going to have a word with Ince, but it is a corner to Swindon, and Ben Wells is ready to take it. First year apprentice down at Swindon. Swings one in. It's not a bad effort. Lafferty has to head that behind. Another corner for Swindon. They're piling on the pressure, but the other side, don't know if Wells will go across and take it from that left-hand side as well as Swindon attack. Got some numbers in there. The substitute, Judkowicz, has got some ability in the air. Burnley need to pick him up. He's on the edge of the 6-yard box as we speak. Caton's just in front of the keeper. It's swung in. Burnley need to deal with it. It's gone in. They've got the equaliser, and it's Holgate with it. Swung in by Wells. Keeper Crossley came to try and meet it, but Holgate got the header, and he's planted it in the Burnley net. And to be fair, it might have been coming. It's Burnley 1, Swindon Town 1.
Yeah, I mean, they had a set piece there, and basically no marking on the forward heading the ball. I mean, the crowd are certainly woken up now, and you can certainly hear the atmosphere inside Turf Moor, even with just 1,000 or so fans in.
Burnley have made a change, and it's the scorer Hanley that's gone off. So, well, dramatically, maybe we're going to have extra time here. Be a Burnley throw. And it's with Martin Riley. Holgate then with the equaliser. There's Wells' corner. There's Holgate, the scorer. Looked in trouble moments before that. McCann battling with Judkowicz, and this is a chance for Swindon on the break here. They've got numbers up here. Trotman's going to have to provide cover. It's a shot from distance. Probably wasted the opportunity in the end. Well wide of the target. And Burnley just breathe a sigh of relief there. It was Ben Wells who took the corner with the shot, but well wide of the target in the end. Burnley have had chances. I thought maybe they need a second, but here's Tom Ince. What a dramatic finish we've got here. Ince has won a throw-in. And he'll take it himself. Doesn't wait for Riley. Maybe he should. He does in the end. Martin Riley will look to take it. And make it, a minute and a half left of the 90. Is Ince back to Riley. Riley will look to get a ball in here. Right-footed, he's miscued there. But Burnley will collect possession with Joe Booth. Ball in again from Riley. Battling to try and win it in the Clarets. Here's Tom Ince. He's got Rob Henry available. Henry will get forward here. Can he get a cross in? He will do. Look to try and find Lafferty. Booth with the header in the end. Looking to try and find the sub, Rob Turner. But it's gone out of play down this left-hand side. Don't know too much about Rob Turner, but he's still at Blackburn Grammar School. He's got another year to go there, so he's a young lad, but he's a big lad. And he's just added to the power up front. Here's Martin Riley to swing another one in. The target's Lafferty, but easily cleared in the end by Caton. Helped on by Henry. Here's Pugh. He'll take on Andy Caton. He's got support. Uses his man. Henry, but that's blocked by Holgate, who's full of confidence now after his equaliser. And it's starting to absolutely throw it down here again. But it'll be a throw to Burnley. It'll be Neil Trotman. Remember, Burnley scored from one of his long throws in the first half. Target again is Pugh. Oh, it's gone through there. And half a chance maybe for the sub Rob Turner, who battles away. Didn't do anything wrong, I didn't think, but the free kick's gone against him. Again, it was the throw from Trotman that caused the danger. Yeah,
and it was very similar time to when Burnley scored in the first half as well, and that would have been a timely time to get the winner and make it 2-1.
A bit disappointed because we've had a lot of chances, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean, we should have really converted at least one of those earlier on.
4 minutes added on. Not quite sure where we've got 4 from, but there's been a lot of substitutions perhaps in the second half. The into time added on now. Burnley still got a lot to do here. Swindon did put pressure on in the second half, in fairness to them. They worked hard, but Burnley have had the bulk of the possession through the 90. Caton with the header. Here's Joe Booth. He's worked very hard today. Comes away with the ball. Real battler. Was being fouled, was it? Referee agrees. It'll be a free kick to Burnley and a chance for Neil Trotman to come forward. McCann's going to join him as well. Got a share of late goals in that Northern Area final. Goal bang on half time, and then 5 minutes from the end, this Holgate equaliser. We could be going into extra time. Anyway, Burnley with the free kick. It's thrown in there. The keeper will come and meet this. McCann's with him. Wasn't convincing the keeper. Might fall in there. Oh, and there's a foul by Trotman. Didn't look like he'd fouled him there, as he tried to lunge to knock it into an almost empty net. He's picked up for a foul.
Didn't seem to do a lot wrong there. The referee again very whistle happy and give a free kick to Swindon.
I think he's very protective of the keepers. Header won by McCann. Here's little Tom Ince, done well. Hops it inside for Booth, inside the centre circle. Lafferty, another good layoff. Very impressed with the layoffs. Just a bit too much power on that one, but Henry's kept it in play. Greasy turf, which lays it forward again. That's a nice ball. Rob Turner just couldn't collect, but he's won a throw-in. Gone for power up front, I think, with Rob Turner, haven't he?
Yeah, he's looked useful since he's come on. I mean, Kane Hanley's played well, but Rob's done well since he's come onto the pitch as well.
Yeah, centre of excellence player. He'll join us as an apprentice next season. If he keeps growing, he'll be another monster like Carl Lafferty. Back from Riley to the keeper, Crossley. Crossley, good ball forward. Ince just couldn't quite reach it, kept it in play. He's given it to Carl Lapham. Lapham up against Ince once more. Riley on hand, done nothing wrong at all, Martin Riley tonight. Here's Platt. Having a bit of a dig there is Gary Pride. And the referee obviously didn't like that. Couldn't allow it to continue. And he's going to have a stern word with the youngster. Burnley will have a free kick when we restart. It's looking a bit like extra time, Dave.
Yeah, once again, and let's hope Burnley can come off victors in the extra time this time around.
4-4 at Oldham, a little bit of a different game. Probably had as many chances here, I guess. Ball forward from Crossley. Lafferty for once can't win, but he heads it on in the end. Rob Turner battling to try and win it. Swindon will clear the lines now. Here's Gary Pride, but Martin Riley will be happy to let it go out of play for a throw. Uses Tom Ince, to be under pressure, gets it back to Riley. Riley back to McCann. Can't dally on the ball, lays it forward. Rob Turner will chase and keep chasing, causing Lapham some problems, but Lapham's a big strong lad, comes away with the ball. Burnley have got a throw just inside their own half. 30 seconds of time added on to play. Riley looking for Turner, ball inside for Ince. Here's Booth. Booth back to McCann, McCann back to his keeper. It'd be cruel on either side, I guess, if there was a winner with 30 seconds to go. Header won by Caton. He's quite a versatile lad. Played left side of midfield, left back and centre forward, all in 90 minutes. Sergio Graham Branch perhaps. The ball will fall loose here from Rob Henry. And look at him be booked, I thought. Still in possession. Wins himself a throw. But that's the end of the 90 minutes plus injury time. And I guess we're disappointed it's gone to this.
Yeah, I mean, Swindon Town were pushing on in that last 15-20 minutes, and you always got the feeling they might get a goal, but you get the impression that Burnley should have converted at least one of the chances earlier on and put it out of Swindon's striking distance, really.
Perhaps the best chances in the second half. Two fell to Carl Lafferty inside a minute. One header that was just wide, and then a lovely 1-2, wasn't it, with Mark Pugh? And maybe if we'd have converted one of those two, the Lafferty did well, we wouldn't have got in the position we have.
Yeah, I mean, Mark Pugh had some good chances as well, and all it took was one of those to go in. I don't think that Swindon would have come back from that.
Yeah, they've obviously got Puck and Lapham on the bench. They've got this big lad, Juszkowski, and he's come on. They've got some good players on the bench.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly did make a difference when they came on, and the second half, Swindon had been pushing on more, and you always got the feeling they were going to get a chance at some point, and they took that, and we're now in extra time, so hopefully Burnley can push on, pass it round as they have been doing, and get that vital goal.
It's difficult for players, I guess, of this age to play extra time because you've given your all for 90 minutes. Sometimes there's nothing left.
Yeah, I mean, particularly as you say, as the number of matches they've played this season. Although I believe the youth team that played on Saturday was a much under strength and young side, so it gave these players a bit of a rest for tonight.
It's a good decision, I think, from Terry Pashley. It's proven to be a good decision because of tonight. They're needing to play 120 minutes tonight. Yeah,
that might just make the difference in the end. I think if these had been playing on Saturday, then Swindon might have been favourites, but at the moment, who knows? I mean, hopefully Burnley can push on, but it could equally go either way.
Were you surprised Kane Hanley went off? He'd caused them a lot of problems.
Yeah, you just wonder whether he might have taken a knock or something, or whether you just thought that Terry Pashley might have thought that we can have a little bit of a different angle, because he had been very dangerous all game. And perhaps the defence had sussed him out a little bit more. I mean, he'd run his socks off, so I mean he would have been tired after 80 minutes or so.
Yeah, he would. He did work very, very hard. He never stopped running up front. Maybe that was always the intention, to get Rob Turner on later on in the game. I mean, it'll be difficult for Terry Pashley. I don't really know what he can say in these circumstances. I always remember Sir Alf Ramsey telling the lads they'd won it once in the World Cup and they'd go out and win it again, and they did. He's got to tell them they've played ever so well and probably deserve to win it in the 90. Yeah,
I mean, they've still got it to do, though. They've got the 30 minutes and nothing's won yet, so they've got to go out there. They've got to keep passing it as they have been doing, and hopefully the goal will come, and that'll be that.
Don't forget the first team are in action on Sunday this weekend. It's a 1 o'clock kick-off. Swindon will have the kick-off for the start of extra time. They're attacking right to left, so defending the cricket field stand end. As it's getting darker, it's harder and harder to see the notes, but we'll try our best. Swindon will get us underway. No further changes for Burnley. Swindon have used all the subs. That might be significant. Burnley have still two in hand. Got Hale, Overson, Underwood and Blackler on the bench. No Alex Taylor, remember. He's got quite a nasty injury. We wish Alex well. He gets over that quickly. We're underway in extra time. Immediately it's back with Lapham. Ball forward from him. Header won by Riley. So 30 minutes of extra time, 15 minutes each way. Riley battling on that far side, and it's good work in the end. Stabs it away, but again Swindon will come forward. Shot just wide of the right hand post. Yeah, I'm sure you're right. Burnley have played very, very well for 90 minutes. Chris Allen couldn't keep that in. It'll be a Burnley throw on the halfway line. Burnley attacking left to right in this second half. Mark Pugh's just carried that out, so it'll be a throw to Swindon. Andy Caton just wipes the ball with his jersey, and he'll look to throw this long, aiming for the scorer Holgate. It's 1-1 here. We're in extra time. Header won again by Caton, but Booth just stretches to get there. And the two lads going down with cramp, I guess, as this extra time goes on. Good ball forward from Henry. Might fall here for Lafferty on the run. Has a shot. It's a good effort. Bullman diving to his left-hand side. It might have been going wide. Called at Turf Moor. Caton quickly takes this. Pook will collect it. Quick 1-2. Pook gets it back. He might fancy a crack here on his right foot. And you can see why there. He's signed professional terms with Swindon. Looks lively. The shot in the end was a bit disappointing. You might see one or two fans moving across and the ball would stand in a moment or two. I remember games when I was a kid, you could watch it at either end, and you used to follow Burnley attacking. Might be one or two fans fancy moving over. We're almost ready, I think, to get underway. As Dave said, Booth, Platt, Pugh and Lafferty was the order against Oldham. From Silverson just getting a shake of the hand from Ifeanua. Well, it's going to be exciting stuff. It's gone to penalties. The Youth Alliance Cup final. Mark Crossley and Matty Bullman are the keepers. Sit tight because it's going to be an exciting next 10 minutes or so. As Dave said, there's no better way really of deciding it. It's a bit unfortunate in these circumstances that somebody's got to lose. And it's going to be, I think, Swindon to take the first one, is it? Throws the ball to Matty Bullman. And Bullman's got the ball. Does that mean he's going to take the first penalty?
I was wondering that for a second, yeah.
Keeper's taking the first one. What about that? So Swindon starting with their keeper. What an amazing... that's different. Keeper against keeper. You've seen it all. Matty Bullman against Mark Crossley. I don't think Crossley will take the first one for Burnley. We said all along he's got a fantastic kick on him as Bullman. He's just placed it on the spot. Bullman against Crossley, swirling Ringdon way, just in front of the cricket field stand end. Come on, Mark Crossley. Bullman against Crossley. Bullman's hit it hard, down the middle. That's 1-0. He's obviously a good kicker of a football, and that's why he's gone first.
Yeah, I mean, quite often see that with keepers. I remember Kevin Pressman taking one for Sheffield Wednesday in a it must have been an FA Cup match. I think he nearly broke the back of the net with his kick.
I remember Paddy Roach taking one and missing here in the Sherpa van when we went to the final. So some success, some failure, but it's a success today for Matty Bullman. Now is Joe Booth to come forward and take Burnley's first one. Pressure's on Burnley a little bit now, I guess. Swindon are 1 out of 1. Booth places the ball. Not quite sure what Matty Bullman's doing. He's out of his goal for the moment, having a drink. Throws the bottle in the corner of the goal. Booth against Bullman. Booth has missed it, saved it. Bullman's dived to his left-hand side, clawed it out of the goal. Didn't look a bad penalty in fairness, but Bullman's made a good save.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad penalty. It was going into the corner, but it was at that height. It was sort of 2-3 feet high that goalkeepers can save. I think if they're at ground height or the higher up, they are more difficult. So it was always giving the goalkeeper a bit of a chance there.
I think he was confident, having scored the first penalty. So we've got Scott Doyle coming forward to take the next one for Swindon. It's 1-0 Swindon. Joe Booth's effort's been saved. Here's Doe against Crossley. Doe scored, sent Crossley the wrong way. 2-0 to Swindon. They've got the advantage.
Yeah, I mean, the pressure's going to be on the Burnley penalty takers here, but getting good support from the crowd, all of which seem to have stayed for this exciting penalty shootout. Hopefully they can get it back to 2-1 and leave themselves in with a chance. Just needs one more save and then things should be level.
Yeah, one save does make it level, you're right, but Nicky Platt needs to score here. He'll take this right-footed. Bullman again in the corner of his goal, but a gamesmanship, throws his bottle into the corner. It's Platt against Bullman. Here's Nicky Platt, and he scored. He sent the keeper the wrong way. That's 2-1. Good penalty.
Yeah, he took that well, sent the keeper the wrong way, and I think maybe he'd learnt something from the first penalty that Joe Booth had taken.
So it's 2-1. Interesting to see who steps forward here for the visitors. I think it's going to be Ben Wells. It was his corner that led to the equaliser 5 minutes from time. It'll be Wells against Crossley. Wearing 8. First year apprentice. A lot of responsibility on his shoulders. Turns, comes in against Crossley. And Crossley nearly got there. He's just tucked it in the corner. Went the right way. But I think the power took it into the net.
Yeah, I think again on that one, that went all the way along the floor there, a lot more difficult to save.
Yeah, it wasn't the right height for the keeper, as you say. Just tucked it in the corner. Next up, if Burnley follow the script, is Mark Pugh. Bullman out of his goal on the other side this time. I'd always prefer to place the ball with the keeper in the middle of the goal myself, but not quite in that position. He's jumping all over the place now, is Matty Bullman. Here's a chance for Pune. He scored, sent the keeper the wrong way. Comfortable penalty, never in any doubt. It's 3-2. What we need now is a save.
Yeah, it's Holgate coming up here, and he's not very popular with the Burnley fans over there.
I think it's perhaps the way he celebrated his equaliser that's annoyed one or two, not sure, but obviously something's gone on. It'll be Ashan Holgate got the equaliser against Crossley. It's 3-2. Holgate trying to place it on the spot. Burnley need a save here. Fourth penalty then for Swindon. Holgate against Crossley, and he scored. An unusual delivery high into the net. He's a lad full of confidence, hardly a run-up at all. No chance really for Crossley there.
Well, I don't know, it didn't seem too far away. He seemed very disappointed with that one. It was sort of at the height he could have saved, and he can't have been too far away from it. You could tell by the disappointment and the way he reacted afterwards.
Well, up steps Carl Lafferty, and if he misses, Swindon will lift the trophy. He's going to place the ball. This is a key one. Matty Bullman's in his goal again. Lafferty has to score for us to continue. Swindon lead 4-2. It's Lafferty against Bullman. He scored. What a good penalty that was. Very, very calm. That was a fantastic finish from Carl Lafferty. He is a player of the future, no doubt about it. But the net result is, if young Gary Pride scores this penalty, Swindon lift the trophy.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it comes down to. But a fantastic penalty there from Kyle Lafferty. I think he waited for the goalkeeper to commit himself and just slotted it into the opposite corner.
As cool as you like, wasn't it? Now then, Pride had a great shot saved by Crossley early on in that second half. Wonder if Crossley can make another save here. This could decide it. Started at right back, pushed into midfield later on in the game. But if Pride scores this, Swindon lift the Youth Alliance Cup. Pride against Crossley. Crossley jumping up and down on his line. The referee not happy, it's on the spot. But Pride is set now. He'll take this right-footed. Pride against Crossley, and he scored. Sent Crossley the wrong way, and Swindon are the winners of the Youth Alliance Cup. They fought back really well, got that equaliser 5 minutes from time, and it's Gary Pride with the winning penalty. He sent Crossley the wrong way. And in fairness, Dave, they took the penalties well.
They did, they took the penalties very well. It makes you wonder whether they've actually practiced that at some point, because they were faultless with those penalties, Swindon. All credit to them, but Burnley have done fantastically well today, and I think the coaching staff are basically going over to them and say, don't be disappointed, you played wonderfully well and just unlucky to lose on a penalty shootout.
Perhaps those chances, we did worry about those chances that we missed. We had plenty of them. We could have nailed the game.
Yeah, you get the impression that, earlier in the game, Burnley did have so many chances and should really have converted one more of them, and that probably would have been that. But it's no use harking back to that. They've been beaten fair and square on penalties. Unlucky, but all credit to Burnley, who've done wonderfully well tonight.
Well, Crossley's a little bit disappointed. He shouldn't be. Everybody's played fantastically. Neil Chopman goes across to him just to make sure he's okay. Michael Hale's there as well. Did nothing wrong, Mark Crossley, whatsoever. There were 5 very good penalties from the visitors. It's Swindon Town that have won the trophy. 1-1 after extra time. 45 minutes, Kane Hanley opened the scoring. Long throw from Neil Trotman, flick on from Mark Pugh, volley home from Kane Hanley. Burnley had other chances, but Swindon did get back into the game. The introduction of Michael Pook, Carl Lapham certainly made a difference, and they got the equaliser 5 minutes from time. Good crossing from the left-hand side, and well, there was Holgate from the corner, from Ben Wells's corner, headed home, and that was 1-1. Plenty of opportunity for both sides in extra time. It wasn't a defensive game by any means. Great saves from Bullman and Crossley. Bullman's save from Carl Lafferty was top class. Crossley's save from Michael Pook was very, very good as well, to his right-hand side. But Swindon held the nerve. Unfortunately, Joe Booth had his penalty saved by Matty Bullman. That was the first Burnley penalty. But he shouldn't feel too bad, should he? Because he played very, very well.
Yeah, had a great game. I mean, all the Burnley players did. I mean, they've passed the ball around wonderfully well today, created so many chances, and, you know, games change when it gets to a penalty shootout. You can't be disappointed with that.
Oh, you can't. Fantastic game. It's good to see the crowd, some of the crowd just hanging on to applaud everybody. The Burnley lads will go up first. It's always a shame for the losers. Have to go up and collect their medals first of all. Neil Trotman leads the side up. Getting a good round of applause. Say some of the fans just staying on to make sure the lads get a good reception. Burnley have done fantastic to get here, and a bit unlucky maybe to lose out on the day. There's always got to be a loser when it comes to penalties. And Swindon have won this one 5-3 on penalties. We didn't find out who Burnley's fifth taker was again, for different reasons. Neil Trotman looks disappointed. But he shouldn't be. Great effort from the lads, and it'll be Swindon to go up and collect the trophy. They've got one or two players to look out for in years ahead. Michael Pook had a good game when he came on. Andy Caton, very impressive. Ashan Holgate played well, particularly after he scored. One or two of their fans have stayed behind, and they'll be going up to collect the trophy in a moment. Swindon, the winners of the 2005 Youth Alliance Cup. And up they go to collect it. I think it's Michael Pook that's leading the way. Getting a good round of applause as they go up and collect it. Silverware then for Swindon. They've beaten on the way Plymouth Argyle 7-0, they beat Luton. Exeter 5-3, Wickham 2-1, 3-2 against QPR after extra time. And they've beaten Burnley here 5-3 on penalties after a 1-1 draw. Congratulations to everybody at Swindon Town. They've lifted the trophy. Just showing it to one or two of their fans that have stayed on for the presentation. But we've had a fantastic cup final.
Yeah, it's been wonderful football all round, and when you look at the youngsters that we've got in the Burnley team, there's certainly some hope there for the future. I mean, some of them are still very young, and they've got a lot of development to come along, but, you know, there's hope for them to go on to bigger and better things in the years to come.
From Burnley's point of view, you look at the likes of Carl Lafferty and Chris McCann, they're first-year apprentices. You've got to remember that. There's years to come.
Yeah, I mean, that is the thing when you've got youngsters at this age and there's sort of 3 years separating them. Sometimes you tend to think you're treating them all equally, but when some of them have got sort of 2 years on others, then there is a lot of hope for them to come through in that 2 years. They've got to push on, they've got to develop, but obviously with Burnley, they've got the staff here to help them do that.
You think perhaps next year, no reason why we can't make final of a similar competition again?
Yeah, I mean, you would hope so. It's difficult, the number of rounds they've got to play through, but certainly there'll be confidence to do that based on how far they've got this season, and hopefully go that one stage further, perhaps.
OK, thanks, Dave. Swindon have won the Youth Alliance Cup. Congratulations to everybody from Wiltshire. A very, very good game. 1-1 at the end of extra time, but Swindon just edged it 5-3 on penalties. Congratulations to them.